Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn a new chapter, that is Society, Law and Ethics. This is chapter 17 for class 11th computer science subject. This is unit 3 also. Earlier we have learned so many topics in this unit 3. We have learned chapter 15, that is cyber safety, then chapter 16, that is online security and computer security, online access and computer security. Okay, and various different topics we have already learned, that what is this internet technology, and what precautions we have to do, how we have to responsibly use internet. Okay, so many things we have learned in the previous topic. Now we are going to learn society, law and ethics. As we live in a society, so there is certain system, certain law, certain code of conduct is there, and we have to follow those things to live in a society. And there is some ethics also. We have to respect elders, we have to see the juniors also, the younger ones also. Okay, we have to motivate, we have to those things. So many things are there while living in a society. Similarly, we should also learn how to use in a responsible way the internet. Internet is also becoming a virtual society. Virtually, it is making a virtual society. In this virtual society, we have to know what are the laws, what are the ethics, as much as we know that it is similar and it is exactly what we have. We are following society, we are following the things in our society, okay, in our real life society. Similarly, we have to apply those things in our internet society also, the virtual world also, and we have to learn the ethics also. So this chapter going to deal with these topics. Let's see. What do we mean by society, law and ethics? As we earlier said that society where human beings lives in a group is known as society. Similarly, there is a digital society, virtual society is also these days working. See here, the digital world is changing at a tremendous pace. New communication technology open up new possibility. So many possibilities have been opened. Okay, new communication systems have been opened. Okay, this is known as the digital world, and it is changing day by day in a tremendously pace. Okay, very fast pace. It is changing day by day, but by using them, you also expose yourself and others to various risks also. There is so many risks also, and we talked about various types of risks in the earlier topics. Now understand, information technology, IT, plays a central role in commerce, industry, government, education, internet, entertainment. Okay, wherever computers are used, information technology is playing their role. Okay, at that point, and also at a society at a large. Okay, there are so many social networking sites we are using nowadays: Facebook, WhatsApp. Okay, so many types of social, even lots of communication is going to be done or happen through these social networking sites only. Now why it is emerging, or why it is coming in so many fast way? Because it is economic means it costs less once you have to install, once you have to use, and then it costs less also. And there are so many social benefits also, and which you need explanations. We already know these things, that how these networking sites or these social sites are helping us in a beneficial way. Okay, and very much cheap also. We can send letters, we can send videos, pictures, okay, so many, we can share everything, lots of things with the help of these sites, and these are almost negligible cost. It requires almost negligible cost if you compare with other type of transmission medium. But there is some certain risk also. But like any other technology, IT also has problematic implications and some negative impacts on society. Okay, it poses and creates problems related to ethics, and in general contains three main types of ethical issues. Okay, so these things are implementing, there are so many problems, so many issues are there, so many negative impacts are going to burden on the society. Okay, it poses and creates problems related to ethics. Okay, so many things are there, and the major issues are, those issues are, first is personal privacy. Privacy is very much hampering. Okay, each and every photographs, each and every videos we are sharing our privacy, and these things can be seen almost by everyone. It is open. Okay, internet is open and it can be seen, it can be viewed by any person. Then access rights are there, access rights, and then harmful actions are there, some actions are there which are very much harmful. So we have to learn some ethics here to protect us, protect our society, to protect our families, to protect our children's. Okay, so we have to learn these things. Now, standard of conduct pertaining to computers. If you are using computers, mobile phones, any computing devices, and using internet, then some standards is to be maintained. Okay, standards of conduct is to be maintained. See, computer ethics or standards of conduct describe the differences between ethical and unethical. Okay, computer ethics and standards what conduct describes differences between ethical, what is ethical, what is unethical. Okay, what is to be done, what is acceptable in the digital world, and what is not acceptable. Okay, we have to find those things. For example, while it is easy to duplicate copyright electronic content, we can copy anything, any material, any we can download pirated softwares, pirated movies. So many things are there which are copyrighted, okay, which are having some trademarks or patents are there. Okay, so these things are easily available and easily duplicated, but the computer ethics suggests that it is wrong, and to do so without the author's approval. If you want to do, then you have to take author's approval. Okay, this is known as the computer ethics. So we have to learn these things. And while it may be possible to access someone's personal information on a computer system, computer ethics would advise that such action is unethical. Okay, we can access someone's personal information easily. Personal information, say for example, if you want to see the profile of any person, you can open Facebook and you can just search that person and you can see their photographs, every information. Okay, lots of information you can get from there, and this is this is the personal information of them. Okay, so don't use those things for any harms or any threats. Okay, and then here computer ethics says that these are unethical. Okay, so we have to conduct in a standard way, in a responsible way, while using computers, while using any computing device, while using internet, while using social networking sites. So some people may not aware of these things, so for them some laws are there, some rights are there. Okay, some systems are there, have been developed. Okay, now let's learn these things. First is intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights. What is, first understand what is a property. A property is generally used to mean possession, or more specifically something to which the owner has legal rights. The owner has legal rights. In digital format, say for example a website is there. Okay, website is a possession of some person, some organization. Okay, so the owner who has created that particular website or the application software, okay, then they have the legal rights. This is the intellectual property. IP refers to creation of intellect, hence the name. Inventions, literary, artistic works, symbols, names, images, designs used in commerce or part of it. Okay, these are designed using any computer technology, then these are known as intellectual property. Here intellectual property is known as. So there is a right, intellectual property right. The person who have developed or who have created, who have generated these intellectual properties, they have the right to not to share or to share. Okay, now see, branches of intellectual property. Some branches are there. Intellectual property is usually divided in two branches. First is known as industrial property and second one is known as copyright. Now understand the differences between these two. Industrial property, which includes inventions, patents, trademarks, industrial designs, okay, commercial names, designations and geographical indications, location specific brands. These are the industrial properties. Any invention, okay, any industrial design, okay, design of a building, design of a vehicle, okay, these are the industrial property. On the other way, there copyright. Copyright is which includes literary and artistic works such as novels, poems and plays. Okay, which includes literary and artistic works such as novels, poems, plays, films, musical works, artistic works such as drawings, paintings, photographs, sculptures and architectural designs. And copyright laws protect these intellectual properties. There is a copyright law which protect these intellectual properties. Okay, so understand the differences between these two, industrial property and copyright. Copyright is given for them who have written a novel, written a poem, okay, makes a play or film or musical work, or they design an artwork. Okay, for those things copyright system is there. Okay, copyright law is there, and industrial property law is there to protect industrial inventions, trademarks or industrial designs. Next, plagiarism. Understand, plagiarism is copying someone else's work and then passing it off as owns. This is very much happening in this world. Okay, in this world of digital world, what happened? If you want to develop a project, just go to Google, search some information and then copy and paste those information. This is illegal. Computer ethics says this is unethical. This should not be done. Okay, if it is necessary, then read all the materials and then write in your own words. Okay, this is the computer ethics says that it is ethical. Okay, this can be done. You write in your own words. You understand, you read out those things and then write in your words. That is ethical. Okay, that is the responsible way of using the internet. So plagiarism is what? Copying someone else's work and then passing it off as owns. It is morally bad because it is an act of stealing. In other words, it is copying information and not giving the author credit for it. Copying programs written by other programmers and claiming them as your own could be an act of plagiarism. It involves lying, cheating, theft, and dishonesty. Plagiarism can be classified as accidental, or unintentional, deliberate or intentional. Okay, two types of plagiarism is there. First is accidental or unintentional. Second one is deliberate and intentional. Okay, let's learn those one by one. Types of plagiarism: intentional and unintentional. Intentional plagiarism, which is very serious things there. Intentional plagiarism, which includes copying someone else's work, cutting and pasting blocks of text or kind of media, audio, video files or movie clips from electronic sources without documenting and at the same time publishing it on the web without permission of developers or creators. Okay, this is known as intentional plagiarism. Next one is unintentional accidental plagiarism. This is not more serious. It is just a minor thing. Okay, and anyone ignore these things. What involves? It involves careless paraphrasing, changing the words or sentence construction of a copied document. You have copied some document from the internet and then you have changed some phrases and some construction of sentences, and then you publish it, and then quoting text excessively using the poor documentation. Usually accidental plagiarism cases are less serious in comparison to deliberate plagiarism that may result in serious implications. So intentional plagiarism is very harmful. See here, these things are having, if you want to understand what is a minor plagiarism and what is more serious works. Okay, paraphrasing that was not done correctly, this is minor. Ideas used without referencing the original source. Okay, unacknowledged copying of material. Some material is copied and that no acknowledgement is given. Okay, and then these are the serious things. Submitting someone else's original work. Someone else have developed some original works and then you copied it and you have submitted this and saying that it's your own work. This is very serious work. Okay, so it is extremely serious. So there are two types of plagiarism, intentional and unintentional. Now, how to avoid this plagiarism? Plagiarism is a bad practice. Okay, copying someone else's work and saying or submitting it as your own work. This is very bad practice, and you should avoid it by following the simple measures. What are those measures? First, use your own words and ideas. You read out, you understand, the material which are available on the internet, but you write those ideas or those things in your own words. Always provide a reference or give credit to the source from where you have received your information. Okay, so acknowledgement is necessary. You must acknowledge that this information we have collected from that particular website, that particular information is gained from that particular system. Okay, you have to like this. Next, if by any chance it becomes necessary to use someone exact works, don't forget to put them in quotes. Quotes must be given. Okay, and give credit in the in-text citation. Some credit and some acknowledgement you must give in citation. Okay, next, fourth one is that as far as possible try to include the source in your works, citing page number also. Okay, so if you are writing, if you are doing, or if you are copying something, you must cite the page number, site number, okay, website address, or the source where you get that information. Okay, you must incorporate it in your words. Okay, next, cite the same name of the website, URL, or the name of the authors and acknowledgement them if you have used their work. Next one is take information in the form of bulleted notes. Okay, so some information you want to present before some persons, or you want to submit some information, some projects you have developed, and that project is available on the internet, then what you do, don't copy the blocks of paragraphs. Just you understand those paragraphs and write in a bulleted form. Bulleted form means one line information, one by one, in numbering system, or some tick mark, or some bulleted forms, bulleted notes you can give, but we must be in your own words rather than copying the entire content. Then use online tools to check for plagiarism. If you have a if you want to know that this information is plagiarized or not, then some tools are already available on the internet. You can use those tools to check that this information is plagiarized or it is the original work. Okay, it can be checked. So use those things, or use any of the internet material precautiously and responsibly. Next thing, digital rights management. New topic. Okay, digital rights management, in short DRM, is a term for access control technologies that are used to hardware manufacturers. Who use this? Hardware manufacturer is used this digital rights management. Actually, what happened, when you publish your information on the internet, it is very easy to copy those information. Okay, to make copies, to download those information, these are very easy. So there is a system is designed, digital rights management DRM system is designed, which logged those information and allowed only the authorized person to be downloaded, to be used by some person. This is known as DRM. Now see, okay, these are the access control technology. It is a access control technology. You cannot copy. If some DRM is imposed on some contents of the information on the internet, then you cannot copy those information, and you cannot download, okay, those information. So this because it is a controlled technology, because it is added a digital rights management there. Hardware so who uses these things? Hardware manufacturers, publishers, copyright holders, and also individuals, to limit the use of a digital content and devices. It attempts to control use of digital media by preventing access, copying, or conversion to other formats by the end user. So you cannot copy, okay, you cannot access, even you cannot access those information. You can understand that there is a site for movies like Netflix is there, Amazon Prime is there. Okay, so many sites are there. You have to subscribe, or you have to be a subscriber, member of that site, then only you can access those contents. Otherwise you are prevented to access those information. You cannot copy, you cannot download, you cannot even view those information, or those videos, or those movies like this. So because that site is used with the help of digital rights management. Now it refers to, it also again you understand, it refers to a scheme that control access to copyrighted material using technological means. Some technology, some system, some programming is there, okay, which controls the access of the copyrighted material. In essence, DRM removes usage control from the person in possession of digital content and puts it in the hand of computer program. So all the information is gained from that who have developed this digital content, and then this is controlled by a computer program. Now, DRM technologies have enabled publishers to enforce access policies that not only disallow copyright infringements but also prevent lawful, fair use of copyrighted works, or even impose restrictions on non-copyrighted works that they distribute. In a nutshell, DRM protects rights of digital media producers while enabling access to fair use. So Digital DRM protects rights of digital media producers while enabling access to fair use. At one side, they protect those informations, okay, protect or prevent access, copying or conversion, and other side they enable access to the subscribers, to the authorized users, to use it fairly use it. Okay, so DRM is most commonly used by entertainment industry, film and recording. Okay, mostly used by film and recording services, that is DRM. Now understand significance of implementing DRM technology. Okay, what are the significance? Understand here also again. DRM technology based action. Suppose some information is restricted by using DRM technology, then what happen? It will impose DRM, or it will log contents one by one. All contents will be logged individually. Okay, individually all content will be logged. If you have access, you have gain access to open the folder, the main content, then again you have to you cannot access the contents as well. So individual restrictions are imposed using the DRM technology. So again, if a restriction is given, DRM restriction is enabled in a system, in a folder or in a file, then if you copy those information or migrate those information, moving or saving or copying some information, then again this restriction will be attached with those information. Okay, so if it is logged, then again if you copy, again it is logged. Okay, you cannot open if you are not the authorized person. But in case of system-based restrictions, suppose you have applied some system-based restriction, then you are able to lock. You can you can protect your folder using the password or some system. Once the password is breaked, then all the information can be accessed. Okay, so even if you gain access to copy those information, you can copy those information, migrate or moved or save copy those information, and you can remove that password protected system. Protection can be removed. But if you are using DRM technology, then this is not possible. So these are helping much better in this computer technology. Now next topic, that is licensing, software licensing. Software licensing is a legal right to run or privilege given to you by a company to access their application or program. Okay, software licensing is that, you can understand in a nutshell that you have purchased some software, you have installed it in your computer. Say for example, Windows operating system you have purchased and you have installed in your computer. Then they have given you license to use those software. Okay, you cannot copy that software, you cannot make any copy of that software, you cannot distribute those software, share those software. Okay, a license is given to use only on your system, only on your computer. That is known as software licensing. Okay, see, example is given here. A common example of licensing that we observe in our daily lives is the license we purchase from proprietary software such as Windows operating system to get them installed on our computer. So when you see, if you have if your computer is installed with some Windows operating system, then this type of copyright information will be shown to you. Okay, Windows is activated like this. Okay, yeah, here you can see that Microsoft Corporation, all right reserved, it is copyrighted. This information will be shown, and this software is installed in your computer with some terms and conditions. Okay, some license terms are there which must be followed if you are using a licensed software. What are those terms? Now, licensing agreement is there. A licensing agreement governs the use of licensed software. Licensing agreements typically allow the software to run on a limited number of computers and allow copies to be made solely for backup purposes. Copies, you can make copies, but only for backup purposes. Backup purposes means if any file get corrupt or missed or deleted, then you can take backup from that. For means that you can if you purchase that software, then agreement is that you can install that software in one computer or the number of computers which is purchased for that purpose, and then you cannot copy it, you cannot redistribute it, you cannot share it, this software, to any other person. This is the licensed software known as agreement will become like this. Okay, Microsoft like this is the agreement. It will show you. You can read the all terms and condition, all read the agreements if you want. Advantages of using licensed software. There are so many advantages of using licensed software. First, it is always good to use a licensed software, as licensing provides advantages while working with these software. What are those advantages? See, by using licensed software, you are able to contribute to the further development of the program you are using. It also helps the economy generate not just computer related jobs, but opportunities for other people, businesses whose work is much dependent on written technology. So by using licensed software, there are so many other benefits. You are also able to contribute for further development of the program. Okay, apart from these things, apart from legal obligation to use licensed software, it comes with outright support not found in pirated software. Okay, support is there. Okay, they will give you patch if some bug is found in later stage. They will give you updates, and then you can use those updates and you make your computer bug free, error free. Okay, so many support you will find during the course of licensing if you are using licensed software, okay, which are not available with the pirated software. Next, so many types of licensing is there. There are so many. The major are two types of licensing. First is proprietary licensing, and then free and open source licenses. Proprietary license software is those software which comes with a price. You have to pay some amount to purchase those software. Then you cannot they will not provide you any source code. Okay, they will not provide you any program code, only the software they will provide so that you can install in your computer, and only one copy they will provide. Okay, one copy or the number of copies which you have purchased, for which you have purchased. Next one is free and open source software licenses. That okay, these softwares are freely available for downloading, and its source code, its program code is open. You can obtain those program code also, and then you can make changes, and then also the free software can be distributed, can be copied, can be shared among others also. But for proprietary licensing software, it is not possible. You cannot share, you cannot copy, you cannot download, or you cannot install those softwares on other computer also if you have purchased as a single software. So see here, softwares are different types. Okay, software first, legally governed use and distribution software licenses. These are legal softwares. Property license grants use, but ownership is there. Ownership, the company will take the ownership, and they will grant you to use those software. Free and open source software grant use and redistribution, means they will grant you to use those software, and also you can redistribute, you can make copies. Okay, this is possible in free and open source software. Okay, free and open source software are of two types. Copyleft licenses mean preserve freedom, and subsequent users get same rights. We will understand this in detail later. And permissive license, freedom to use and redistribute. See, proprietary licenses, what are those things? In proprietary licenses, exclusive rights in the software are retained with the owner or developer or the publisher. Okay, what? Exclusive rights. some rights is there which are retained by the company who have developed, by the developer, by the owner. They reserve all the freedoms, okay, and user get no freedom. They reserve all the freedoms and right to use and distribute these proprietary software. Violation of proprietary licenses amounts to copyright infringement. If you violate those proprietary licenses, then there is copyright infringement. Okay, some laws is there which will impanel on you. They restrict inspection, modification, and source code and further distribution. Okay, they will not provide in you source code. You cannot distribute those copy. You cannot make. You cannot modify those software. So these are things are restricted under proprietary license software. Only license is given to use that application, use that software. Free and open source license is there. Free and open source license refers to a software that users can safely run, adapt, and redistribute without legal restraint, and which emphasizes on freedom. Open source software, OSS, is a software with source code that is publicly available under a license that gives user the right to study, change, and distribute the software, and emphasizes on security, cost saving, and transparency. Okay, so free and open source software is available under license. If you have gained the license, free and open source software license, then they will provide you to study that software, to make changes, to distribute the software. Okay, further you can emphasize some security on that software. Okay, these will make your software cost saving, and also transparency is there. Hence free and open source software, that is in short you can say FOSS, okay, allows using, copying, studying, modifying the software and source code to be openly shared, so that people are encouraged to voluntarily improve the design of the software. Okay, the people can also improve and design the software in a free and open source license software. So understand, though there are two types of open source software. Okay, two types of open source software. First is permissive license, and then copyleft license. See, what is permissive license for open source software? Okay, provide a royalty-free license to do virtually anything with the source code, but distribution can only be made without the source code, as source code modification can lead to permissive license violation. Permissive license is what? You can you can distribute the source. 1 minute. What is this? Permissive license will provide you royalty-free license, and you can do virtually anything. Anything means you can copy the software, you can distribute the software, you can modify the software. Okay, these things can be done, but there is a thing that you cannot share the source code. If you want to further share that software, you can copy the software, you can distribute. You want to distribute the software, then you cannot share the source code of the software, because if you share the source code of the software, then this will violate your permissive license. Examples of permissive license softwares are Apache W3C. Means you can purchase this software with a permissive license. Okay, they will provide you the source code, you can modify the software, you can make the copy of the software. Okay, and then you can distribute the software also, but again you cannot share the source code of the software. Okay, this is the permissive license. The source code can be shared only by the owner, only by the manufacturer or the developer of the software. This is next, copyleft licenses. Next one is source code has to be provided, also distribution modification. Source code you can in copyleft licenses you can distribute, you can share the source code also. Distribution and modification can be done of source code also is permitted. These examples of these are GPL, General Public License, GPL, Creative Commons License, Lesser General Public License, LGPL, and Mozilla Public License, etc. These are the examples of copyleft licenses. So there are two types of permissive license and copyleft license. In permissive license, you cannot share the source code, further you cannot share the source code, but in copyleft licenses you can also share the source code as well as the software. Okay, now GPL, we are going in depth to learn about the GPL, General Public Licenses, which comes under copyleft license software. Okay, so important features of OSS licenses. Some important features are there. See, what are the following characteristics? Copying the software, you can copy the software. There is no limit to copying the code. You can copy it on your own server, on your client server, on your local workstation, anywhere, as many times as you want. Okay, this is general public license software. Next, distribution. You can distribute it in your thumb or hard drives. You can distribute the code under this license. A download link on your website you can provide. You can print the code on the paper. In fact, whatever form of distribution you prefer, you can do. Distribution can be done. Next, charge a fee. You can charge someone for the software, but remember to give them a copy of GNU GPL. Means you can charge, you can, if you have get the license of general public license and you have modified the software, you make changes on the software, then you can sell those software and you can charge, you can charge that software on that software. Okay, and then what happened, you have to once someone purchase your software, then you have to give the copy of GNU GPL, means you have to provide the source code also to that particular software developer. Okay, now which would tell them that they could get the software free from elsewhere. This also gives you the chance to tell them why you are charging for. You have developed their software, you have to give source code also, and for that purpose you can charge that software. This is known as general public licenses. Next, there is a CC, Creative Commons. It also comes under copyleft license and it has four basic parts. First is accreditation. Accreditation means author must be acknowledged as a creator of the work. The author, the first author, must be given acknowledgement that this software is written or programmed or developed by that person. The work can then be modified, distributed, copied and used otherwise. Shared with CC. Okay, the work can be modified and distributed only under the CC license. If you want to share this type of software, then you have to distribute the CC license also. Non-commercial work can be modified and distributed, but not for commercial purpose. You cannot do commercial work on those softwares. The word commercial is a bit vague in its meaning, and since no solid line definition is available. Okay, no derivative works. You can copy and distribute the licensed work, but you can't modify it in any way or create work based on the origin. So you can make copy, you can distribute, you can give license, so many things you can give, but you cannot modify the software. So these are the four basic parts of a Creative Commons software, which comes under copyleft software, and this is open source software. Next is Apache license. Offer the following salient features. Apache license. Apache license are the permissive license. It comes under permissive license. Important features of OSS licenses, that is Apache, open source softwares. It also comes with under open source software. Now see what are the features of Apache software. Rights are never ending. Once the rights under Apache license have been granted, you can continue to use them forever. There is no need to renew them. New renewal is not there. Okay, so it is never ending. Worldwide authority of rights. Even if rights are granted to one country, in one country, automatically they are considered as granted to all countries. Suppose, okay, anywhere you can purchase that software, and you can take that software to any other countries also. Now, rights for no fee or royalty. Any charge neither upfront nor per usage or on any other basis is applicable. If you have purchased that software and you want to freely distribute those software, it is permissible. Now, rights for irrevocable. Clause in the license states that if you sue someone over patent infringement on anything under this license, then your license is terminated. Means, suppose you have modified the software, permissive software, you have modified the software, you distributed the software, and somehow the person is able to modify the software, and then you have sue that person on patent infringement, then your license will be cancelled. Okay, your license will be terminated. So it means that, in short, it means that you cannot sue any other person. Only the author, only the developer can do these things. Okay. The difference between open source and open data. Open source software, which we have already learned. Open source software is a software which provides us the freedom to work, use, distribute, and modify the source code. Okay. So, freedom to work, use, distribute, modify the source code. This is known as open source software. On the other side, there is open data also. Is all stored data. Data is stored somewhere which could be made accessible in public interest without any restriction on its usage and distribution. Suppose book list. Okay, several books on literary or science or somewhere. Okay, some collection, some has collected all the information about some books, and he or she wants to share those information with other ones. This is known as open data. Okay, these are all stored data, collected data, which could be made accessible in public interest without any restrictions on its usage and distribution. Okay, this is known as open data. Now, features of open data. What are the features of open data? Now, availability and access. The data must be available as a whole and at no more than a reasonable reproduction cost. Some reasonable cost can be taken, okay, can be charged. So these data must be available as a whole and at no more than a reasonable production cost, preferably by downloading from the internet. If you are downloading those information from the internet, then you have to pay some fee. Okay. Then next, reuse and redistribution. The data must be provided and the terms that permit reuse and redistribution, including intermixing with other data sets. Okay. Redistribution and reuse is permissible on open data. Next is universal participation. Everyone must be able to use, reuse, and redistribute. There should be no discrimination against fields of endeavor or against person or groups. So no discrimination can be done. Okay, anyone can use those softwares, reuse or redistribute those softwares or those data. So this is known as universal participation. So these are the three features which are very much big features which will help you to use those open data. Next, privacy and privacy laws. This is the chapter which is known as Society Law and Ethics, okay, which mostly deals with the privacy data. Okay, what are those things? What is privacy data? What are privacy laws? We must understand those things. See, privacy refers, first we know what is privacy. Privacy refers the ability to control what information one reveals about oneself over the internet and to control who can access that information. Okay, so privacy means you have opened some account. Suppose, say for example, Facebook account you have opened. so many information you have entered, you can save there. Okay, a profile can be maintained there. Then privacy concern is there. Okay, anyone if you don't want to be anyone can access those information, then here privacy comes. Privacy, the word privacy comes here, that you can control the amount of information which you want to share among different types of people. This is known as privacy. So privacy law, what is privacy law? Privacy law refers to laws that deal with regulating, storing and using personally identifiable information of individuals. Okay, so laws that deal with regulating, storing and personally identifiable information of individuals, which can be collected by governments, public or private organization or other individuals. Okay, there is a law how to regulate, how to deal with these information, these personal information. This is the law. So privacy law are considered within the context of individuals' privacy rights or within reasonable expectation of privacy. So there is a law which deals with the individual privacy rights, that they have the rights whom they want to share those information. Okay, who can see these information, these sensitive information, these details of particular person or particular thing. So there is a law which gives individuals privacy rights to control their information. Next, the Information Technology Act 2000 has two privacy sections. There is an Information Technology Act, okay, that deals with privacy sections also. There are two sections of privacy section. What are? Section 43A. You must remember this section. 43A deals with privacy section, which deals with implementation of reasonable security practices of sensitive personal data or information and provides for compensation to a person affected by wrongful loss or wrongful gain. Okay, some compensation is there. If your information is collected, gained, and they use your information for some wrongful loss or wrongful gain, then you can sue those person. You can go to court and you can go to you can implement this privacy laws, okay, information technology law, and you can charge for compensation on that particular information. Without your permission, they share those information, use those information. You can compensate, you can use this Information Technology Act, okay, for that compensation. Next is 72A, section 72A, which provides for imprisonment for a period of 3 years and or fine of rupees 5 lakh to a person who causes wrongful loss or wrongful gain by disclosing personal information about another person while providing services under the terms of lawful contract. Okay, there is lawful contract and they violated their contract and they use your personal information for some wrongful loss or wrongful gain, then there is an imprisonment for 3 years, rupees 5 lakh and or rupees 5 lakh. Okay, so first 43A says that you can opt for compensation, and 72A says that there is a imprisonment, okay, there is a punishment there for 3 years imprisonment or yeah, and 5 lakh rupees to fine is there. So 43A and 72A privacy laws. Now come to threats to users' privacy on the internet. What are the threats to users' privacy on the internet? There are several threats to a user's privacy on the internet, which are as follows. User tracking is done through internet service providers capable of observing any internet related activity of the user. Cookies, parcel of text sent by a server tracking and maintaining specific information of the data user. Data logging may include recording times when the computer is in use or which websites are visited, spyware programs, web bug, social engineering, phishing, malicious processes, server, search engines. Okay, so many things are there which can be used to track you. Okay, which websites you have visited, how many times you have used internet, okay, what is your IP address, okay, data logging, cookies, and so many things are there which can be used for user, which is being used for user tracking. Okay, which is a threat to a user's privacy. Okay, next, illegal and harmful content. There is a need to fight against illegal and harmful content on the internet with legal tools. Okay, some contents are illegal and harmful contents are there which are easily accessible. Then you need to fight against those things. Okay, but you must use the legal tools to fight from those things. Next, online social networks. Online social networks risk range from identity theft to online and physical stalking, embarrassment, discrimination, and blackmailing. Okay, if you are using social network sites, then there is a risk. Okay, range from identity theft. Okay, identity theft can be done, or to online and physical stalking may be there, embarrassment may be there, discrimination or blackmailing may be there. Okay, so these are the threats to user privacy again. Next, cybercrime. Cybercrime means any technology tool you have used to do some crime, then it is known as cybercrime. Say for example, a criminal act that is facilitated by use of electronic gadgets such as computer, smartphone, laptop, etc. involving communication or information systems through the internet is referred to as cybercrime. Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime. Hacking, phishing, spamming means you are hacking a computer, you are stealing some data. Okay, you are downloading some files which are stored in a computer or a server, then this is known as cybercrime. Means some object is not the person, object is a computer, server, its workstation. Okay, something electronic gadgets, okay, is there, smartphones, laptop is there, some information is stored there, and you are stealing, you are copying, okay, those information. This is known as cybercrime. Okay, or is used as a tool to commit offense. Okay, like child pornography or hate crimes. You have used those tools, means you are using a smartphone or computer or laptop, okay, to commit some offense. Okay, you are stalking some person, you are bullying some person, then this is known as cybercrime with the use of electronic gadgets, then it is known as cybercrime. Common types of cybercrime include online bank information theft, identity theft. These are the common examples of cybercrime. Online predatory crimes and unauthorized computer access. Cybercrime encompasses a wide range of activities, but these are generally be broken into two categories. Okay, so cybercrime is a wide range of activities. Okay, unlawful activities. So all ranges are collected and categorized at two categories. Categorized under two categories. First is crime that target computer network or devices. Crime that target computer networks or devices mean there is an object, computer object, and you are committing crime to access those computers, devices, and want to steal some information, download some information. Okay, then this type of, you want to hack, in one word you can say that if you want to hack some system, computing system, then this one type of crime is known as. These types of crimes includes viruses and denial of services attacks. Next one is the crime that use computer network to advance other criminal activities. Other way, you are using computer. Okay. First category is you are targeting a computer. The another crime is that you are using the computer. You are using the computer technologies, okay, to do some crime activities. There may be these types of crimes include cyber stalking, okay, phishing, fraud, identity theft. These are the things. There are two categories of cyber crimes. Okay. At one, target is a computing device, and the other is that you are using the computer gadgets, okay, computing gadgets to do some crime activity. So there is a difference between these two. Now one by one we are going to learn some cyber crimes, okay, which are very much common in the field of computers technologies. See here in the digital world. Phishing. First is known as phishing. Phishing is an attempt to acquire sensitive information such as username, passwords, and credit card details. Okay, sometimes indirectly money, or by masquerading as a trustworthy entity in an electronic communication. Okay, what just phishing is that okay, masquerading, or you become a trustworthy person and you claim that you are from that organization, you are from that organization, that bank, that system, okay, and then you gain some sensitive information, username, passwords, and then you use those information for wrongful activities. Then this is known as phishing. Phishing is typically carried out by email spoofing, instant messaging, and is often directs the user to enter personal information at a fake website. Okay, a website is there, fake website is there, and a fake SMS may come, okay, email may come, okay, some link may be there given, and when you click those links, some information they will want, and you fill that information, you submitted that information, and that information may be used for some wrongful activity. Then this is known as phishing. Okay, then what you have to do, you have to look, okay, those things will look and feel that which is identical to legitimate one. This will look that it is original, it is okay, it is actual, it is real website, but it is a fake website. The only difference being the URL of the website. Okay, you can, if you want to check that this is a phishing or not, just there is a one clue, that you see the address of that website, address on the address bar of the website. Also you can see the HTTPS must be there and the padlock sign must be there. Okay, these are the clues that which you can identify that it is a phishing, a fake website or not. Okay, now the protective measures to be followed against phishing. Okay, what are the how you can protect yourself from phishing? First is never open or download a file from unsolicited email. Never open or download a file from unsolicited email. Next is keep your operating system updated. Next, use a reputed antivirus software. This is must. Antivirus software, you must install an reputed antivirus software. Next, enable two-factor authentication whenever available. Two-factor authentication means there are when you log in some account, okay, they will ask you two devices they can use. First, they will ask you username, password. When you enter the username, password, they will send you a message on your computer, on your mobile phone, okay, the number you have provided on that account, okay, mobile number, and then OTP may come or some information may come which you have to verify. This is known as two-factor authentication, which is very must for these days to protect yourself from phishing, okay, or some other type of hacking. Then two-factor in authentication you can enable. Next, confirm the authenticity of a website prior to entering login credentials by looking for a reputed security trust mark. Okay, reputed trust mark. What are those trust mark? First, you see the URL, HTTPS, and the padlock sign. See here. Look for the HTTPS in the address bar when you enter any sensitive information, personal information on a website, to make sure your data will be encrypted. Okay, the websites which uses HTTPS, the information you share through those websites, they will encrypt your information. Encrypt means they will make your information in a coded form and then transfer those information to the particular server or the computer. Then in between, anyone can, if anyone is happen to see your information, they are not able to understand that what information is going to be transferred. So this is a secure system. Next, child pornography. This is another crime. This is known as cyber crime. What is this? Child pornography is publishing and transmitting obscene material. Okay, obscene material about children in electronic form. Child pornography is the most heinous crime which occurs, very bad crime, which occurs and has led to various other crimes such as sex tourism, sexual abuse of the child, etc. There are provisions under cyber law to stop child pornography, leading to punishments like first one is first conviction with 2 to 5 years of imprisonment and a fine of ₹1 lakh. Second one is that second or subsequent conviction with an imprisonment of up to 7 to 10 years and also a fine which may extend up to ₹10 lakh. So there are so much provisions for child pornography. Next, cyber scams and frauds. The term internet fraud generally refers to any scheme that uses one or more components of the internet such as chat rooms, email, message boards, websites to present fraudulent solicitations, prospective victims to conduct fraudulent transactions, or to transmit the proceeds of fraud to financial institutions or to others connected with this scheme. Okay, so internet fraud is that, okay, it refers to give you some schemes, okay, some lottery system may be there, okay, which uses internet, okay, and through chat rooms may be there, through email they may send you email, okay, some message may come, or website may be there, okay, and these are the systems through which internet fraud may happen. Okay, next, so many frauds may be there. Cyber frauds that are carried out online across the world. Okay, what are the cyber frauds? Okay, what are the frauds? Internet fraud. See, credit or debit card fraud. What is this? This involves the use of credit debit card to obtain money or acquire properties without appropriate authorization. Non-delivery of goods, service fraud. This refers to a scam in which people are encouraged to pay for goods and or service via a web portal and then nothing is delivered. Okay, they will take your money and no goods delivery will be provided. Next is spoofing, phishing scam. Spoofing is a type of fraud in which fraudster masquerade means that copy exactly, it will look and feel that it is an original one as another person by using the other person's identity to transact business and other vital information. Next one is identity theft. Identity theft is a type of fraud that involves using someone else's identity to steal money or gain other benefits. Online identity theft. Okay, there are two types of identity theft. First is identity theft which can be used by accessing your sensitive information and use those information to steal your money or gain another benefits. Online identity theft is that which is an act of stealing someone else's personal information such as name, login details, etc., and then posing as that person online. Okay, your account login ID or password may be hacked, okay, by some person, and by using those information, they log into your account and do some wrongful activities, and it will be imposed that you are doing those things. This is a identity theft. In identity theft, the victim becomes the criminals. Okay, they become the criminals. Okay, victim become the criminal. This is very hazardous. So your information must be secured. Okay, time to time change your password. Auction fraud. Okay, in auction fraud, people are encouraged to participate in an auction, and when money has been paid for some specific items, the fraudster would send either a lower standard item or counterfeit, or may send you nothing. Cyber forensic. Okay, a new topic. Cyber forensic. What is this? It is an electronic discovery technique used to determine and reveal technical criminal evidence. Okay, you must have heard forensic lab. What they have, what they do, they find the clues, okay, the proof or evidence of happening of some crimes. In the similar way, if some crime is done with the help of internet, computers or smartphones, then finding these clues, evidences, collecting those evidences and some other proofs, then this type using for cyber crimes, then this is known as cyber forensic. It is an electronic discovery technique used to determine and reveal technical criminal evidence. It often involves electronic data storage extraction for legal purposes. It is also known as computer forensics. The various capabilities of cyber forensics are: what are the capabilities of cyber forensics? How much evidence can be collected using the cyber forensics? See here. First, a cyber forensic or computer forensic can recover deleted files. Okay, you have deleted some files over the internet or in your computer, then they can recover. Even if you have removed it from recycle bin also, even then they can recover those deleted files. Find out what external devices have been attached and what users access them. They will find that which devices have been attached with the computer, okay, or the electronic components. Then also they can determine what programs run, recover web pages, recover emails and users who read them. Okay, what they can, how many programs or which programs, which software, which applications you have executed, okay, you have run, and which websites you have opened, and even which pages you have opened, which information you have read. They can recover. They can recover your emails also, whom you send information or what emails you have received, and users who read them also. Recover chat logs, determine file servers used, discover documents hidden history. Okay, if you hidden some documents, or you have protected your files using password, then again they can recover those documents and files from the hidden system or history. Recover phone records, SMS, text messages from mobile devices, and also find malware and data collected. Okay, these are the various capabilities of cyber forensics. Almost anything what you have done or the criminals have done with the systems, cyber forensic can recover those things. Next, see here the key elements of a cyber forensics. What are the key elements? First is they do preliminary analysis. Then they incident awareness consultation. They do consultation, and then they aware about the incident. Then what they have done, their deposition and affidavit have been developed, and then presentation is given to the persons, and then preliminary final report is to be prepared, and then detailed analysis is to be done, then image acquisition recovery is done. Okay, these are the process which is to be done. First, incident awareness consultation, then preliminary analysis, then image or acquisition recovery, then detailed analysis is done, and a report is prepared, and then presentation is given among some learned persons, then deposition or affidavit, and then they capture the criminals or the persons who done those information. These are the things which are the key elements of a cyber forensic. So today we have completed this topic, that is cyber safety and ethics, and today we have learned society law, ethics, standards of conduct, intellectual property rights, digital rights management, licensing, free and open source licensing, privacy laws and its types, various cyber crimes, phishing. Okay, so identity theft we have learned. Then finally we have learned for cyber forensics, what they can, as a computer forensic of cyber forensic can recover, how much they can recover, almost everything they can recover, what is done with the help of computing devices. That's all. Thanks.